Right, we have a lot of ground to cover today, so I think I'll start. As we're not the largest group, feel free to jump in with a question anytime. Okay, let's crack on. What I've just said actually demonstrates several examples of language features that are not helpful to an audience of international students. I'm going to explain some of the features that can interfere with effective communication. We have a lot of ground to cover is an example of an expression whose meaning might not be clear in the context of a seated lecture or workshop. Two more difficult examples were feel free to jump in and let's crack on. The problem in these cases is that the meaning of the expressions is not quite the same as the meaning of the individual words, feel and free, jump and in, crack and on. In other words, the expressions I used are examples where the meaning is actually quite opaque. Here are more examples with suggested alternative versions. Idioms. Some may argue, for example, that Shakespeare would turn in his grave if he heard these adaptations of his work. Suggested alternative. Some people say that Shakespeare would not approve of these adaptations of his work. Colloquial language. Learning how to deal with change is part and parcel of the world of business. Learning how to deal with change is a normal part of business life. Proverbial expressions. As all effective salespeople know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. It's also important not to put all your eggs in one basket. Effective salespeople use a number of different techniques. This avoids risking everything by depending on a single method. Other features that can cause difficulty include expressions of implied meaning. Your work is not all bad, not by a long way. It does have its moments, but it's not really the finished article yet. There are some good points, but there are things to improve in your work. Double negatives and combined opposites. It's not uncommon to find such views, whether you like it or not, and whether you are or are not aware of it, it's something we just have to accept and or deal with. These views are quite common. We have no choice. We simply have to accept this. Delayed key information. Right from the start, if you can believe it, and it came as a surprise to us all because of what he'd said earlier, he said no. He said no, surprisingly. I think that just about wraps it up. Or better, the end.